Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty interesting things to go over. A potential Pokedex leak has popped up for Generation 10. We have some new Legends EA promotion to go over, new events have been announced, and as well as that, we have some new Nintendo updates to cover. A lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over some brand new Pokemon events and announcements. The first one is for Pokemon Cafe Remix. It actually started yesterday, so I do apologize that I'm bringing you this a day late. But either way, it means that if you log into Cafe Remix right now, you can get yourself a Rotom. But either way, we have Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon Cafe Remix has announced the next delivery focus. This will add Rotom into the game, and it runs from, as I say, the 13th of July 2025. So that is the Pokemon Cafe Remix update. Next up, we have an update for Pokemon Go. It says Cerebi here. Cerebi update, the second Pokemon Go road trip timed research is also now available for all players in the UK ahead of Pokemon Go Road Trip London next week. And then we also have this for Pokemon Go as well. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Go summer concert event has been revealed. It runs from the 19th of July, so that's this week, at 10 a.m. local time to July the 22nd at 8 p.m. local time. So obviously that is, I guess, the weekend of summer for Pokemon Go. But either way, those are the latest Pokemon game events and announcements that I wanted to go over. Coming up next, we have a potential new game on the horizon regarding Mario and maybe the Nintendo Switch 2. We have Go Nintendo tweet here posting saying, rumor, Camelot in late stages of development on new project. So again, we don't really know what this is, but they have worked on a lot of Mario stuff in the past. But either way, posted by Go Nintendo saying, rumor, Camelot in late stages of development on a new project. What's headed our way next? So Camelot has become a mainstay developer for Nintendo over the years, with their biggest works being the Golden Sun games and a plethora, should I say, of Mario sports titles. We haven't seen a new game from them since 2021's Mario Golf Super Rush, so we're probably due for a new project in the near future. Then according to market analysis site Crunchbase, Camelot appears to currently be in the later stages of development on something new. The site indicates that the company is currently researching technologies such as Google Tesseract, 4K display, and automatic image annotation. All of these could be made use of in UI testing for a game that presumably is in its final stages now. As of now, neither Camelot nor Nintendo have made any official announcements on this front. That said, it's a pretty safe bet that Nintendo will continue making use of them for Mario sports games on the Nintendo Switch 2. If they do have something cooking, it's probably a new entry in one of those series, although there's always a small chance it's a Golden Sun sequel or something entirely new. We'll keep you posted if anything is updated. So again, there is this alleged Nintendo Direct that's kind of been thrown around a lot this month. Didn't happen last week. Very unlikely to happen this week because DK Bonanza's out on, I think, the 17th. And then we have the Pokemon Presents next week. So maybe the week after that we get a Nintendo Direct. If not, then, you know, it's going to be at some point in the summer, but we could be seeing a new Mario sports game revealed for the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't really know what kind of sports game they do, but either way, potentially it could happen. But either way, those are the Nintendo Switch 2 updates. Coming up next, we have some new Pokemon Legends EA promotion to quickly cover. This was tweeted out by Pokemon themselves, saying time to give your mobile device a little glow-up, trainers. Freshen up your mobile device with a few characters from Pokemon Legends ZA. So yeah, they basically just have given us a free download pack of a ton of different wallpapers of different characters from Pokemon Legends ZA, such as Vinny, AZ and his Eternal Floette. I think the rivals are there, the main protagonist, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a cool little kind of free download from Pokemon. But as we all know, we have a Pokemon Presents next week anyway, on the 22nd of July. Gonna be getting a ton of Pokemon Legends ZA information. Hopefully see our first brand new official Mega Evolutions revealed. It's gonna be an exciting time. Of course, we are gonna be streaming it, obviously. So yeah, if you do want to watch that with us, you are more than welcome. We'd love to have you there. But either way, that's just a quick little update regarding the kind of Pokemon Legends ZA promotion. You can get some free wallpapers. Just go to the Twitter account and you can just click this download, and it just basically just downloads it to your computer or your phone. Coming up next, we have some bad news about the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller coming out from iFixit. So we've got Nintendo Soup here posting saying iFixit doesn't recommend the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller because it's apparently very hard to fix. So they say iFixit, a company that sells tools and replacement parts for electronics, has put out a video recommending customers against buying the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller. So iFixit claims that the controller is very difficult for DIY users to fix. So some examples they cited include hidden screws and glue, analog sticks that weren't designed to be replaced, and difficulty accessing the battery. The way the controller was designed might have caused iFixit some difficulty in making replacement parts and tools for users that prefer to fix the controller on their own. When iFixit condemns the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, it has received praise for its quiet analog sticks, improved buttons, and improved ergonomics. It's also worth noting that Nintendo recommends sending in the accessory to their authorized repair centers in the event a repair or battery replacement is required. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. If it's difficult to fix on your own, maybe just send it off. I know obviously it's so much faster to be able to fix it on your own and stuff, but if it's this difficult, like if an actual company is saying, no, this is really difficult to fix, it's probably just better off sending it in, not damaging it any worse. I mean, most of the time they just send you a new one anyway. That's literally what happens. You know, they don't even fix it, they just send you a new one because it's just so much easier for them. Like, at least that's how it usually goes anyway. But either way, apparently you shouldn't be trying to fix your Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller on yourself. It is much better to send it in, according to iFixit. Coming up next, we have a new Generation 10 rumor to go over. Allegedly, the Pokedex is leaking very, very soon. And when I say very, very soon, I mean this week. According to this 4chan rumor here, this was posted on the Saturday, so the 12th of July. It's just titled 10, and it's posted by DynaLeak. This was posted on 4chan. They put a lot of effort into this, obviously with images of what we are expecting to see in this Pokedex leak. But of course, take it with a massive grain of salt. It was posted on 4chan at the end of the day. Very likely to be fake, but either way, let's just cover it anyway, because why not? So it says, there's another major terror leak coming in the next few weeks, or the next week, by the way. Gaia build with comets from as late as February are in there. So we're having another terror leak. Builds of Gaia from as early as February are going to be in this, and apparently it's going to leak. That's what this person's saying. Then it goes on to say, not posting screen grabs / art, but this is your Generation 10 Dex. Don't have to believe me, it is what it is. For fun, I'll drop 10 of their names, so pick which ones you want to know. The name of won't give any other details except region name, I guess. All depends what gets picked. So, I've taken a look at this 4chan post. I haven't seen any names that this person has apparently given, but this is the apparent Pokedex for Generation 10. So, we have a grass ferret. We have a grass ferret with a few 4-leaf clovers. And then we have a grass fighting ferret with 2 more 4-leaf clovers there. So that's apparently the grass starter. We then move on to the water starter. We have what looks to be a very baby octopus with a kind of heart shape on its head. And then it moves on to a water poison octopus with these sort of antennae things coming out of its head. And then we have a water poison, kraken, which just says all ink. So I don't really know what that means, but we're getting an octopus water starter and we're getting a ferret grass starter. And then it moves on to the fire starter Pokemon, which is apparently going to be a sheep. So we have like a fire tail, smoke where the wool is, and then it evolves into another fire type, which still has this smoke, and the fire now goes onto its ears. And then we have a fire dark sheep, which is, I guess, has soot now instead of smoke, and it has these fire sort of ears and I guess that kind of like little bit of tuft of hair as well. So those are the starter Pokemon. So we're getting a fire sheep, a grass ferret, and a water octopus. And then we move on to the regional bird, which is apparently normal flying. So we have a duckling and an egg, which are kind of wrapped together. And then they evolve into a water flying and fighting flying, and that's the ability. So what they've got like hand in hand, 2 ducks here. So I assume they can, I guess, change from water fighting or water flying to fighting flying. As their ability. So that's the regional bird. We then have the regional kind of rodent, which is a normal type mouse, which has, I think this is like shoelace or something. And then it evolves into this, which I assume is a bigger mouse. And then it has like all these balloons on its tail. So that would be the regional kind of rodent. We then move on to a psychic ghost type, which is a hand with a dice with an eye on it. and then that evolves into 2 hands with 2 dice with 2 hands on it, and that is a psychic ghost type. We then move on to a ground type, which is looking like Sork and Throw, but I guess different variations of them. They kind of look like Cyclops sort of kind of fighting characters, but they are ground types. So yeah, that I don't know if that's just one Pokemon or if that's like 2 variations of it. It might just be one Pokemon. We then move on to a Fire Ghost Cerberus, I assume. We've got Houndour with 3 heads and then Houndoom with 3 heads. So yeah, very likely a Cerberus, which is Fire Ghost. And then the evolution also is Fire Ghost as well. We then have a Griffin, which is Flying type. We've got like a little baby Griffin, which evolves into a bigger Griffin, which is also Flying type. We then have, I assume this is the evolution of that, which is, I guess, an even bigger Griffin, which is just pure Flying type. Which looks really cool. This artwork, I assume it's AI, but that looks really, really cool. We then have a Bug Fairy type Pokemon. I don't know if this is regional forms of Crustle, but or they've just kind of used that Pokemon, but it looks like there's a bug with a strawberry on its back, and it's a Bug Fairy, and that evolves into... I mean, I assume this is a regional form of Crustle with like a cake on its back, and then it has 2 strawberries as its pincers. I don't know, who knows. And then it also, we have a normal kind of burrito snake thing, which is a single evolution. And then we move on to Phalanx, which is fighting. I don't really know what this is. It's just kind of like a colorized kind of Phalanx on its own. And then it evolves into Phalanx, which is, again, different color. But apparently we're getting a Mega Phalanx in Pokemon Legends ZA, so unless this is a regional form, I guess this wouldn't really work. And then we have Fighting Dragon, which is even more Phalanx, and they're upside down and all that. But yeah, that's apparently another evolution line we've got. We then have a Fighting type, which is Tyrogue, but it's like kind of karate chopping these planks of wood. And then that evolves into a sumo wrestler with, I don't know why Tyrogue is there. I don't know if this is like another evolution of Tyrogue. It's another Hitmon or something like that. But we have that evolving into a sort of sumo wrestler there. We then have a grass type Mr. Tumnus from Narnia. And then we have an ice type Mr. Tumnus as well from Narnia. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like part human, part... I don't know what Mr. Tumnus is off my head. It's like he's got like goat feet or something. So I don't know if it's just kind of like something like that. And we have a grass type version of that, and then we have an ice type version of it as well. We then have a star, which is apparently going to be a normal type. And then this is a really cool idea. So it's a normal, but its evolution depends on the island. So this is obviously like constellations and stuff like that. But depending on which island you evolve it, it changes type. I really like that idea. I mean, I assume... Do they change, like, is it like a form of it? Like a little bit like Rotom, maybe? So you've got like Rotom Wash, Rotom Heat, Rotom Mo, stuff like that. So whatever island you kind of take this little star to and evolve it on the island, it will evolve into that type. So it'd be like normal fire, normal water, normal grass, normal psychic, etc. I really like that idea. Even if this is not true, which it probably isn't. I mean, we don't have to wait that long. If we don't get another Terra Leak this week, then obviously it's not true. But I would really like something like that. That sounds like a really, really cool idea. Next up, we have Medusa, which is rock psychic. So we have the kind of evolution pointing to this. So I don't know what this is, unless it's like 2 different evolutions. But they are both rock psychic. We kind of have like a good sort of Medusa here, and then I guess like an evil kind of looking Medusa. So we got like a baby Medusa that I assume evolves into one of these, depending on certain conditions, maybe like friendship or something, who knows. We then have a water steel fish, and we have a water fire fish. So up north, where I assume the islands are probably colder and stuff, you'll find a water steel version of it. And then when you go to the south, where it's probably going to be a little bit warmer, because I guess it's closer to the equator or whatever, you'd have like a water fire south, a water fire that obviously can be caught in the south. So quite like that idea. Also, we need more water steel types. We literally only have Empoleon, so it would be kind of cool to get a water steel and a water fire type there. We then have what looks to be some sort of vase or something. I'm not really too sure, but that's apparently a ghost type. Again, this Pokedex isn't super big for a Generation 10. I'm expecting like 100 plus Pokemon in this game. We then have a dark type human with a cow head, and that evolves into a dark fighting type. Again, not really sure. I assume it's supposed to be like some sort of mythical creature. I don't know what this is, just like some little kid that's a normal type, and then that evolves into a normal steel sort of gladiator kind of creature. And then moving on, we have a bug ground ant, which evolves into a swarm of ants, which is also bug ground. So I don't know if that's going to be like similar to Wishy Washy. But that kind of is the vibes that I get from that. We then have a Bug Fairy Rainbow Caterpillar, which evolves into a Bug Fairy sort of butterfly, which is a cool idea. And then next up, we have just a fire type, just a person running with some sort of torch, like flame kind of thing. Maybe the Olympic flame, I don't know. But that's apparently a fire type. We then have a water/ghost, which says companion. So I don't know if that's going to be a Pokemon that we kind of use to travel and traverse through the islands, but apparently it's a water ghost type. We then have, I think this is from Hercules, isn't it? Like a little kind of, well, yeah, I think it's just a Pegasus. It's like a little mini Pegasus that evolves into a big Pegasus, and they are both flying type Pokemon. We then have heroes now, which we have Hero 1, Hero 2, Hero 3, Hero 4, Hero 5, and Hero 6. So these seemingly are like the different gods and stuff. I think this is Zeus. This is Poseidon, maybe. I'm not sure who this is. This is the dude out of Hercules. I'm not 100% sure what all of these Greek gods are and stuff, but I'm just trying to think back to Smite, and I can't really think of any of them. But yeah, apparently we're going to get like different heroes and stuff, which potentially are legendaries or sort of like kind of rare Pokemon that you find there. We then have, maybe the Pokedex is bigger than I thought. Oh my god. We then have grass-type grapes and stuff that evolve into more grapes. So I assume that's maybe where you are on the map. We then have a dark type, I don't really know what this is, just loads of different kind of like symbols of kind of Victorian people there. We then have an ice type tiger with a bunny on his back, and then we have an ice ghost sort of leopard. I think that's a leopard, not a tiger. Leopard with some sort of like animal in its fangs. We then have an electric pig with a plug socket as a snout, which is a really cool idea. And then we have an electric ground version of it with two kind of big torches coming off the tusks. That sounds like a good idea. We have a ghost dragon, sort of skeletal dragon, which evolves into a bigger ghost dragon. I'm not sure if that's the pseudo legendary. We then have a rock poison scorpion, which evolves into a bigger rock poison scorpion. We then move on to the legendary. So we have flying something and water something. So we have a snake. I don't know what it's kind of slithering around, maybe some sort of egg or something with a big old tornado. And then we have a big old cyclone over here as well. So they're the legendaries. We then, I assume these are pseudo-legendary, not pseudo-legendaries, like kind of mini-legendaries, like as a group. We have a fairy sort of Cupid. We have a dark type. I don't know what that is. And then we have a psychic type as well. So that is apparently the Pokedex for Generation 10. A lot to kind of break down. Again, we don't have to wait that long to see if it's true or not. If we don't get a Terra leak this week, then it's not real. But either way, that's apparently some Pokedex leaks for Generation 10. But that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider leaving a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment, like I said, with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. Your thoughts on the potential Generation 10 Pokedex leaks, the Nintendo controller stuff, obviously the Legends EA promotion. What do you think this game could be that Camelot are working on? And then also, yeah, they're the new events and stuff that are out now for various different Pokemon games or that have been announced. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.